Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be with you today. I've had the opportunity of being here before a couple times, and I've spoken on the Jewish New Year and done a Kabbalah presentation. And Kabbalah is the name of the mystical Jewish path of deep relationship between self and the divine, an ancient wisdom path. And today I'm going to explore the flow of time and the meaning of the months in the Jewish calendar from a Kabbalistic perspective. Each new moon brings in a new energy with unique opportunities to connect with tradition, as well as our own personal journey and quest toward fulfillment and meaning. According to Kabbalah, the Jewish calendar as a whole is a roadmap for personal transformation. In the secular calendar, a new month begins in the middle of the moon cycle, but in the Jewish calendar, a new month begins with a new moon. The Hebrew word for month is chodesh, which means newness. Each of the 12 months brings in new energies and offers unique opportunities to realize one's personal potential and to overcome potential limitations to really expressing our full essence. It's no coincidence that there are 12 months, 12 astrological signs, 12 tribes of Israel, and 12 permutations or combinations of the tetragrammaton, the letters of the divine name, in Hebrew, Yud, He, Vav, He. There are also 12 Kabbalistic messages for healing, one for each month. And in a little while, I'm going to focus on the energy of this month, but I want to give an overview first. The energy forecasted for each month reflects the various components associated with the month. According to Kabbalah, each month has a Hebrew letter associated with it, a Hebrew tribe, an astrological sign, a holiday or holidays, and a combination of the divine name associated with it. There are also specific portions of the Torah, which is our holy scripture, that are associated with the energy and the meaning of each month that can inform our lives. The holiday of each month captures the essence of the energy and spiritual opportunity of the month. Almost every Jewish month has a holiday in it. According to Kabbalah, a Jewish holiday is not just a celebration of a particular historical event. Rather, it is a spiritual transmission of cyclical energies occurring at the time of the holiday that are actually sourced in the particular combination of the divine name for that month. Like astrology, which reveals trends for each month according to the movement of the planets, Kabbalah derives its knowledge of the energies and trends of the month from the various combinations of the letters of the divine name. The mysteries of the divine name, it's quite complicated, but basically the position, the sound, and the shape in the letter makes the difference of the energy of each month. And in order to be a little bit clearer, I need to share my screen with you. Okay. So you can see here the Hebrew letters from the right, start at the right. There's the smallest letter on the right, the big letters we're looking at, not the smaller letters. Yud, it's a small little seed. Then He is the second letter with the line across it and two legs. Then Vav is the more up and down line. And He is there's the final He. Okay, so much like a computer program, each combination regulates and directs the flow of energy for each different month. Each month corresponds to a particular permutation that is a unique conductor or grid for the flow of the divine light for that month. Understanding each permutation or combination of letters is very complex, obviously, but everything that occurs in each month and everything that has occurred historically in that month are only revelations of spiritual light vibrating at different frequencies as it flows through the various spiritual worlds through the sounding of the divine name. Now that might sound a little bit complicated, so I'm going to kind of illuminate it a little bit more so we can unpack that. So this knowledge is hinted at in the book of Genesis. The Bible simply tells us the creation occurred through divine speech. God spoke and it was so. Well, this is only a metaphor because obviously God doesn't speak as we do, but it's an important and meaningful metaphor because it has increasing relevance today. Science now understands what Kabbalah proclaimed thousands of years ago, that physical matter is concentrated energy pulsing at different sound vibrations. So when you create music, you're going to have different vibrations that come into the piece of music, and it will evoke sadness, rage, anger, joy, happiness, because the different vibrations bring in a different energy that then evokes in us different emotional states. But it's actually helps us to make meaningful and effective choices for our highest good. If we're attuned to the energy, we can learn how to use this knowledge for our own good. And let me say that the energies come down through the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and into the physical realm. And how they do this each month determines the energy of the month. So let's get down to now. What month are we in now? We're in Tevya. Okay. Well, what is the energy of this month? The energy of this month is purification and transformation of negative energy. What is the area of healing for this month, which is different from every other month? The energy of healing for this month is anger. The astrological sign is Capricorn. The divine name permutation is Vav, He, Yud, He. So, for example, what is the holiday for this month? Well, the holiday for this month is called the 10th of Tevya. It commemorates the breaching of the walls of Jerusalem by the Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar that resulted in exile of the Jews from Jerusalem, and it's observed as a fast day by the religiously oriented. Okay, so now how does this compare to last month? Last month was Kislev. What was the energy of that month? It was rekindling our dreams. What was the holiday? Hanukkah. It was lighting a candle to bring in the light. Every night we lit another candle, coming in day by day, bringing in more light, bringing in more hope for dreams to manifest. So what is the difference between that energy of that holiday and the energy of the 10th of Tevya, which is commemorating the breaching of the walls and the Jews going into exile, showing the radical difference between the energies of the month? So let's just look at the Torah portion for this month. Well, this Torah portion in this month, where we're focusing on transmutation of negative emotion, I'll take two Torah portions, which is an example of what's happening this month. Well, in the Torah portion a few weeks ago, Joseph revealed his true identity to his brothers when they came down to Egypt asking for food to help them move through the famine. Well, of course, Joseph was angry at what his brothers had done to him. But what does he say? He says that he realizes that God had chosen him to come before his brothers so that he would be there to help them and help others. So what we're talking about is the transformation of anger this month with Joseph, which is exactly what the energy of this month is all about. Yesterday in services, we read the first chapter of Exodus, which was Shemo. And what is that about? That's about Israelites in captivity in Egypt, enslaved, their children decreed to be killed, Moses found by the Pharaoh's daughter, but as he grows, he then was trying to protect one of the workers, and his anger led him to kill one of the overseers, and he had to flee. So his anger again led to exile. So we're seeing raw emotion bubbling up this month. Well, does this sound familiar to what we are experiencing in this very moment? The insurrection, the coup that was staged last week, was the bubbling up of all this anger, of all this rage that has been building up over time. And it's an exact kind of manifestation of what we're talking about in this energy of this month. So during this dark month of Tevya, we're daring to touch the roots of our anger and grief, and we're asked to transform these negative emotions through our faith and connection to spirit. This is also a month of inward reflection, a time to process deep feelings, to purify these negative feelings, and to heal them and to move forward into a different energy. So I know we've done some meditations here, but I'd like to just lead us into just a meditation around the energy that I'm speaking with that can lead to touching and releasing. And all of what we've been doing this morning is exactly that. So I'm just going to invite us again to just put our feet on the floor and take that good deep breath in and come present to this liminal space and time where we are feeling the anger, the raw emotions, the disappointment that is bubbling up within and around us. Dive deeply within and acknowledge the anger and the negative emotions that have been building throughout the year, throughout the 4 years, throughout the decades and centuries. Dive deep. Touch the wounds with love, with tenderness, with care. Touch these ancient wounds of deep trauma with compassion, light, and faith. Breathe in deeply and let go. Feel the Holy One. Blessed be He, blessed be she, blessed be the One, blessed be the energy, the source, whatever. Your breath of life is moving through your body, touching every dark corner, helping you to release and transform the dark places and bring them into the light. Continue allowing the light to flow through every part of your being, beginning the process of transformation, allowing yourself to release what needs to be released in this now moment. Surround whatever pain you touch with loving energy. Feel unconditional love flowing over you, cleansing you, washing you clean, clear, released, at peace. Allow yourself to have faith and trust that the wheel will turn and light and health and new possibilities will return. Feel the healing balm of warm waters flowing around you, healing you, cradling you in a loving embrace. And holding this warmth, this peace, just come back into this space quietly and slowly, feeling cleansed, clear, centered. And please know that the next month we come to, that will start this Wednesday night, is the new moon of the month of Shvat. The energy of this new month is the energy of new renewal. The area of healing is eating, or whatever it is that you take into your body and being cautious and careful and mindful what you take in. The astrological sign is Aquarius. The holiday is Tu B'Shvat, the holiday that celebrates the trees and the sap rising, because Shvat marks a hidden and mystical time of new beginnings and new rebirth. It's a time of inspiration and creativity, pregnant with new possibilities. The sap is rising, the seeds are sprouting. It's a time of renewal, to go deep inside and contact the creative energies within. It's the time of the inauguration of Joe Biden and a new administration. It's the time of a new majority in the Senate. It's the time of the vaccination coming into more availability that will enable more of us to step out of our homes feeling safer, feeling more secure, feeling that we can allow our creative juices to really flow and to bring fullness into our lives. And so I hope you see the amazing congruity between what is happening in the months and what the Kabbalah is sharing with us. So there is so much more, but right now I will say thank you for the opportunity of sharing with you. And I can also say that I write a new moon letter every month that presents this kind of offering. And if you're interested in being on my mailing list, you can just write to me, Lucinda Kurtz at Comcast.net, and I'd be glad to put you on my mailing list to receive my monthly new moon letter.